Everyone, I'm Derek from Crawdaddy Magazine, and I'm sitting here with Ari, Genevieve, and Drew from Lost in the Trees, who just wrapped up an awesome session for us, played 4 songs, including a new one that you'll be able to check out. And they were kind enough to stick around, answer some questions for us. So welcome, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So it's my understanding that Lost in the Trees kind of started as more of a small-scale project on your end and then built into this full 7-piece band. Could you kind of let us in on how that process came about and how you found everyone to join you?
Yeah, I guess it started with me just writing songs in my bedroom and recording them. And I wanted to have an orchestral component to the music. So when we started to play live, I started looking for string players, and I hung flyers up in like college campus dorms and stuff, which Drew tore all of those down because he wanted to be the only one to call in. And then I met Genevieve on MySpace.
True story.
True story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so did the flyers work for other people, or did his sabotage work?
Leah somehow got one, but yeah, no
that
one else
was part
called.
of the plan, actually. So.
Just to have Leah.
What, Leah was okay?
Yeah.
So
She's
it'd be
okay.
filtered through you first.
Yeah.
Cool. So your record, All Alone in an Empty House, came out last summer, and the songs have been with you for even longer than that. What's next for you guys? Are you head back to the studio, or?
Yeah. The rest of the year is a little bit of touring and a lot of studio time, and then go back to school and finish that up too. So a lot to do this year.
So you mentioned school. Are you guys all at Berkeley, or you're at Berkeley?
Yeah, Genevieve was at Berkeley.
I was at Berkeley.
Yeah. So with the kind of the academic background in music, how does that influence what you guys do in Lost in the Trees?
I think, if you want to write in the classical style you could probably do it by ear. I did it by ear for a while, but you go to school and it kind of refines, or, you add to the foundation that you have if you're self-taught. It is. So I learned a lot at school. Like, I didn't really know what counterpoint was and stuff like that. But
I would say that's true, yeah. Just kind of figure out what you're doing. Cool.
And music education is something that kind of plays even a bigger role in your guys' lives. If you could maybe let us in on what Project Symphony is all about?
Yeah, sure. Going to school is a really powerful thing for me, and just the whole educational outreach. I wanted the band to kind of interact with students and kind of maybe attempt to give them the same kind of spark of motivation or inspiration that I had when I went to school. And I just think it would be cool to show kids in an orchestra that you can do different things besides join an orchestra with your instrument or with that kind of
mentality. That's all there is. It's great to be able to, when we're doing Project Symphony things, to be able to show kids that we get to play this music that I think some kids have this conception that people don't go see classical music, or it's not necessarily cool, and it's fantastic and we love it so much. But because of the way that Ari writes, we get to work within this medium that is very accessible for people, and it's very exciting.
So you guys actually go and play in schools and do there's a Q&A or what?
Right, yeah. Sorry, we missed what it actually is. Yeah. We go into like a high school orchestra class, and we hand out the parts, and then they actually play along with us and ask questions, and and then we can put on a concert for the school and their family and their friends. So it's just
we'll do like sectional work with them. Like the string players will sit down with the strings, and like the brass will kind of like sit down with the brass section, and we talk about like what we do as a band with them.
Cool.
And all the string players, and most everybody has had some kind of classical experience, so we get to do teaching, and then they play with us.
Nice. Any interesting stories on your end, Drew, from that project?
Not really. I mean, it's been a pretty ordinary experience, just visiting with high school students. There really hasn't been anything noteworthy, great stories yet.
Are you guys kind of based doing that in your home state of North Carolina, or is it all over the place?
Yeah, we've been trying to do it more here and there. We've been really busy with just touring,
right.
But hopefully, and it's kind of in a development stage too. Like we want to branch out from just high schools and middle schools to actually working with orchestras in different towns and playing with different orchestras. So It's evolving. We'll slowly start adding, those kind of gigs to our tour schedule.
Cool. And so you guys played a new song for us, which we're extremely happy about. And so
Hopefully it turned out all right.
It sounded great.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm kind of wondering now that you have this full band, for the new material, is it a more collaborative effort, or is it still start with you and filter out, or how did that new song come to you guys?
You want to take this, Drew?
Sure. I think it's the latter. It still starts with Ari and kind of filters down. So yeah, he kind of is still in charge of writing out the parts and the charts and that sort of thing. And
Parts in the charts.
Parts in the charts. So we'll all take them home, learn them, and memorize them, and bring them back to rehearsals. That sort of thing. And Ari has expressed interest in collaborating again. I think Lost in the Trees kind of came into existence partly because Ari didn't want to collaborate, with some of the musicians he was playing with, when you're like 20, 22, something like that. And
yeah, I was playing in lots of rock bands, and I just had this kind of idea to do this group, and yeah, it was a very specific sound, and I hadn't found anybody that really wanted to contribute in the way that I needed them to contribute. But after doing it for a while, it has become somewhat of a lonely process, to sit in my bedroom and write all these parts out by myself. So, and I feel like the more that they're invested in the music and the creation of it, the more they'll stick around.
Cool. Well, you sounded great here, and I wanted to thank you guys for coming in, and good luck on the rest of the tour and future recording. You can check out the rest of the session with Lost in the Trees on our Vault session page, and be sure to check these guys out live and go buy the record, and be on the lookout for the new one. All right, take care, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.